reality where we should be. And you're turning us down. I don't believe it. Shame on you. I vote yes.
Legislator Jacobs.
Yes, I do have something I want to say. I've been around here a long time also. This is my 18th year, and I do take it very seriously, and I have toured the sewer plants, and I do know the importance of it. And I will tell you that there is nothing wrong with what we had prepared and did offer as a compromise for today. There's no reason in the world, in my mind, to put $722 million on the line. Just a minute, I'm talking. $722 million on the line, and we came up with a compromise, and what ended up happening was it didn't work. I want you to understand something. This county right now is $3 billion in debt, right now. And you have to, whenever you're going to bond something, it's a loan, and you have to know how you're going to pay it back. And honestly, I have not seen a plan that tells me how this county is going to pay it back. And that's very important also. So you get a project started, which would be good, all the improvements that could be done, and then you give more at the later time. But you've got to have a fiscally responsible plan that you're going on, and there is no fiscally responsible plan here, and therefore I vote no.
Legislator Walker.
I was not here for 18 years. This is just finishing up my 4th year. And when I came on board as a county legislator, I was appalled at the conditions of those plants. And I felt that it truly bordered on criminal, how they were, the state they were in, and how that affected the health and safety of our residents. Now today we're faced with even more drastic issues after the storm hit and the devastation to those plants. And not only is it, I believe, criminal, the condition that we have to face with, but I feel that it's such a sad, sad day and almost criminal to think that all of us, 19 of us, or 18 today, can't agree to making sure that these facilities are dealt with and that we begin to rebuild and have state-of-the-art facilities that will certainly be there to help each and every single one of us in Nassau County. Whether you live close to the plant, where you are devastated on a daily basis, but we all deal with those plants because we can't flush our toilets with the help of our sewer treatment plants, with the work of our sewer treatment plants. And God help us that anything more goes down with those plants. We all use the water in the South Shore, in our North Shore, and if we can't use those waters because of the filth and disease that could be in those waters, what a sad day. I certainly vote yes.
Legislator Ridgeway.
I felt that what we offered was a fair compromise. It would start the work right now. We could go out and start immediately, and I cannot understand why you're not taking that. It's not saying that we will not bond in the future. It's saying start with this, let's go, and then we'll keep an eye on it, which is what people want. They want financial responsibility along with improving our infrastructure.
It's a system.
And you know what? We should have it, and it should be starting right away. And that's what our money that we allowed started would get you guys going immediately. And the fact that it's not even being considered is beyond me. I sat here on the finance committee and was told by the person who's being referenced to as an expert in this area that there was $400 million available just 2 weeks ago. And now he comes out and now they're saying, no, that wasn't right. But I'm telling you right now, if you sit here every day and you read these reports and you watch what goes on, you want financial responsibility.
Come to my house so you can see what goes on in my house.
That's what I'm doing. So you know what? The point that these contracts are not going out tomorrow is not this side's fault. We allowed enough money for that to happen. And there's not one of us up here saying that's our final amount. All we're saying is we want to see what happens with this money. We want accountability. Not only do we not know how the bonds are going to be paid, we don't know anything about even some of the estimates of the engineers. They haven't even given them to us. So trust me when I'm telling you this. Not one person up here wants to see this delayed. The only thing that's delaying it is them not accepting the money that we're offering. I vote no.
Legislator Danforth.
You know, everyone heard my questioning. I've been fighting this fight for a very, very long time, and my questions we're of the order that the money's been authorized for a while and these projects just haven't gotten done. I'm satisfied though that I've seen it and we gotta get the projects done. And you know what, if it's $722 million to get them done, yeah, I'd rather see these projects getting done. I do think that checks and balances is imperative. I don't ridicule hearings that the legislature conducts. I welcome them because that's a chance for people to come back and make sure these projects are getting done. But I think both sides, I haven't seen bipartisanship from the majority. I mean, I have a number of bills, including a spill bill that couldn't get called. But maybe if I extend an olive branch, maybe we'll get bipartisanship. I'm voting yes because.
Thank you, David. You really got there with guts.
Good guy.
You only got with guts, David.
One of the main reasons that I'm actually sitting here was because of the appalling condition of the Bay Park plant, and that's going back 4 years ago. It had been allowed to deteriorate to the point where it was barely functioning then. The people were suffering. We've tried to put some money in. We've tried to fix it since then. Nobody expected this hurricane now. I'm sitting here all afternoon and I'm listening to people who are desperately trying to figure out some kind of fig leaf of an excuse to vote no. They're not explaining a single thing about their vote. They're talking about oversight, they're talking about accountability. I haven't heard a single thing explaining why there's anything wrong with the project as proposed. We've also heard the Deputy County Executive spell out in no uncertain terms the fact, and it is a fact, I believe, that contractors are not going to go for a contract that's not fully obligated on the part of the county. It makes no sense for them. The other thing is that I heard coming out of a lot of the discussions here this afternoon is that there's a potential for endangering some of the reimbursement money that we desperately need. Let's all face it. We desperately need that reimbursement money if we can get it. The project's got to be done either way, but it's absolutely ridiculous to endanger that money. It is an absolute disgrace that we can't have an easy, unanimous vote in favor of doing this project right now. I can't understand it, and I can't be excused. I want to congratulate Legislator Denenberg in this case because Dave's been working on this type of issue for a very long time. He's also an engineer, and he also understands these things. It's just beyond explanation what's going on here. The people of Bay Park, East Rockaway, other neighborhoods that are surrounding this plant have been suffering for too many years. And the vote here today means that they're going to suffer longer. The vote here today also means that we're endangering the health of all the people in the South Shore of Long Island. And there's just absolutely no good excuse for that. I vote yes.
Minority Leader Abrahams.
There's probably nothing I can say that would make any of you that do not like the position that
Say yes.
voted no to
Say yes.
make you feel more comfortable. However, I feel it would be truly disappointing that the first thing we don't do tomorrow morning is try to work out a deal with myself, with the presiding officer, to keep working, as well as the county executive, to keep working to come up with a compromise. We truly feel that in our best estimation that paying for every single contractual expense for this quarter, starting with $259 million, was a great start. I think I've committed on the record several times that we will pay for every single nickel that needs to be paid for this plant. So we're not talking about the number in terms of 722 versus whatever it will be. We're committed towards that. The real issue that's coming down is that the administration believes that they need to have the entire contract encumbered in order to start the process of actually engaging in the contract. The $400 million, sir, we can have a conversation. The $400 million is irrelevant.
$360 million
But
just for
we
the
are-
electrical
we are
component.
committed. We are committed, and I am committed to talking to you as well as the gentleman behind you, as well as anyone else. We will commit to not giving up and trying to work on a compromise. I think this issue is way too important to quit, and we will commit. I'll make sure our resources are there first thing tomorrow morning to come up with a constructive compromise.
400's a good start, sir. The 400's a good start, because that's $365 million of it is the main component,
Thank you.
which is the electrical.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. I vote no.
Presiding Officer Gonzalez.
I believe I said all that needed to be said. It was always my thinking that compromise is a way to go. However, today, compromise was not easily attained. In fact, it was not attained at all, in spite of the fact that we did make an effort to do it. This project is important to me and to my colleagues, and I know to you as well, because you spent the good part of the day here. I hope that somehow, within the next few days, we'll be able to continue that work towards compromise and get what we need to put this plan in action. And I vote yes today.
The vote is 11 yeas and 7 nays.
Now, you have to remember something. The fact that we do not have a supermajority, the item fails. We needed 13 votes.
To the chair,
Excuse me, the item fails.
I would move that we reconsider and amend. Let's just split it down the middle. Let's try to get something done.
David, right now, this item failed because we did not get the supermajority. I did say that there probably could be opportunities to move forward and get something done. But right now, it's going to be, take a great deal of talking. And I think, compromise works both ways, David. And, you make an offer, we make an offer. And I believe the offer we made was a reasonable one. And so at this point, I'm going to say, ask for a recess. And I ask for your indulgence for at least another 5-10 minutes. Okay? So, Secretary, I will commit